Missing someone. Missing someone. Missing someone. Love with all your heart.
What's going on, guys? It's Abby, and welcome back to my channel. I filmed a podcast before, and now I'm doing another one. I get really nervous when I do these podcasts compared to like the regular videos because I feel like people will actually watch the regular videos that I do because they're more entertaining than a podcast. A podcast is kind of like that thing where you just sit down and you talk about things that's going on, or like stories, or you know, you do like little challenges. And if you had someone else doing a podcast with you, it would probably be more interesting. And I understand that. I completely understand. I personally love watching podcasts. I'm that type of person where I watch a podcast when it's someone just solo podcasting. That was probably really loud. I'm so sorry. But I watch a podcast when it's just someone solo podcasting by themselves. I watch a podcast when it's a whole group full of a table full of people talking. I enjoy podcasts. One of my favorite podcasts that I've actually been listening to and enjoying that just came out yesterday was Colleen Ballinger and Eric Stockland's podcast, and it's called Relax. You guys can go look it up. I'm not like sponsored or anything, and I'm not trying to like do like a brand deal or just try to get them to notice me or anything. I'm just saying that that is actually a podcast that I actually enjoy. Another one, I mentioned Cog Hill Farm again. I love their channel, and they have a podcast, and sometimes they have their daughter on there talking about her chickens and stuff. That's also a really great podcast that I think you guys should see. They posted a new one today, but by the time this video comes out, it'll probably be tomorrow, or yesterday, not tomorrow, but yesterday or the day before. I just want to talk a little bit about, I got a lot of subjects actually to talk about today, and I actually filmed this podcast already and ended up not liking it just because of the sole fact that it was kind of like a loud background. But I'm actually doing this during the day and not at night when it's more like people have the TV blasting. During the day it's more quiet. I actually have loads of subjects to talk about with you guys today, and I wrote them down because my ADHD brain can't stay on a topic but for maybe 10 seconds, and then I'm ready to switch to a new topic, or I'm ready to talk about something different. I actually put a little bit of makeup on for the first time on my channel. I never put makeup on for any of the YouTube videos that I've filmed so far, which is probably one of the errors that I should have been doing, because I look a little bit better whenever I put makeup on, and I look a bit more together when I actually have makeup on and stuff like that. I really didn't like doing these podcasts solely for the fact that my teeth, like, I know I have braces and I'm obviously getting my teeth fixed at the moment, but like whatever they're doing to my teeth is causing the separation between this little peg lateral right here, and I hate to like draw attention to it, but I mentioned it in the last video, and I've just been like really just not wanting to show my teeth and stuff. But I'm just thinking in my head, it's going to be fixed. I don't have to worry about it. You guys just know, and I want to put it out there, that it is getting fixed. It's just a little bit of a spacing on this size. I don't have it, but I think they're going to like build up the tooth because it is a lot smaller than all the rest of the teeth. So yeah, that's the plan on my tooth. I wanted to go ahead and get that out there. There was something on my paper that I was wanting to discuss. And I also want to talk about my first topic that I actually have is getting into eggs and chick eggs. If you follow me on Instagram on Abby's Scoop, you might have seen that I posted something saying that I had ordered hatching eggs. And I did. I ordered hatching eggs, and I ordered them off Etsy. Now, I did a lot of research on the girl that I'm actually getting the hatching eggs from. I made sure that she had a lot of sales. I made sure that she had a lot of good reviews. So if you are planning on buying eggs from like any kind of company, it doesn't even matter if it's from Etsy. If you're planning on buying eggs from off Facebook or something, because I know there's a lot of people selling eggs off Facebook for some reason. But because I joined like a group of hatching people who are like, if you're looking for these eggs to hatch, I have them. I'll give them to you for this price. So like, you should definitely do a lot of research with anything that you buy off the internet, including hatching eggs. Just because they're just eggs doesn't mean that you shouldn't have to do any research. You should. You should know, like, the type of person that you're getting them from. You should see that if the chickens that you're getting them from are healthy. There's also, like, a certain kind of certification that you have to sell hatching eggs. So you got to make sure that they have all that stuff. And normally when you buy hatching eggs from someone, they should send you, like, a paper saying that they are certified or something. So, the Etsy that I got them from, and like I said, I'm going to put these pins down because I keep messing with them and it's probably messing with the mic. The Etsy that I got them from is Lazy Bone Nails. She does sell nails. That's why her name's Lazy Bone Nails. She sells nails. She sells gnome crafts things. But she also has an Instagram that I followed her on, but I'm not really sure the name of it. And I get to see her, like, chickens that she has, her little silkies and stuff. So I do see her hens and her roosters, so I do know what her chickens look like, and I can tell that they're very healthy and that they live in a really great environment, which was something that I wanted to buy my eggs from, which was someone who, I don't want to support someone who, what's the easiest way of saying this? I basically don't want to buy my eggs from someone that I'm not sure how they treat their chicken. If that makes sense. Like, I know I'm getting the egg and I'll be the one that raises that baby and I don't have to worry about where they came from. But I still want to know that the person that I am supplying my money to is also taking care of their chickens and isn't someone who is, like, treating them terrible or putting them into a terrible chicken house that's, like, very, very bad, or, like, they do get fed, they don't look malnourished. Like, I don't want to be buying eggs and supporting someone with my money who isn't treating their chickens right. I don't know, just a whole big deal. So when it comes to buying hatching eggs, there's a lot that you have to take in consideration, which is like shipping. The shipping price is like ridiculous when it comes to hatching eggs, mostly because they put it in like this like very special packaging, and like they wrap it up in like bubble wrap and all kinds of stuff. So you really got to do your research. So if I had to recommend something, research your products. Now, I told you guys the Etsy, and I will do an unboxing when I get these eggs, and I'll also give you updates with the incubator that I have, tell you how I like the incubator, which is a Nurture Right incubator from Tractor Supply. So I will definitely be doing a review on my incubator and also a review on her eggs. Now, I know that a lot of people are like, you can't judge someone based off of those eggs because a chicken isn't always going to lay a fertile egg, even if there's a rooster in there. You're just basically doing like a 50% chance, are they going to hatch or they're not going to hatch. I totally understand, but I want to give my reviews like, does an egg come in cracked? You know, are these chickens deformed because of certain reasons? Deformation in a chicken can come from incubator temperature, not having it at the right temperature. So that leads me into another thing. I've been doing a lot of research on incubators on YouTube. Go out and buy if you are wanting to incubate an egg. I know incubators are very much expensive. They are. I bought mine at Tractor Supply for about $140. They're expensive, but that is something that you want to get into. There's also ones that are foam that are more cheaper that you can get for like $80 if $140 is too much for you. Then there are some that you can get for like $80. There's also, you can look on Craigslist, you can look on many different websites to see secondhand incubators. Now, do you trust buying an incubator that's secondhand that maybe somebody's getting rid of because maybe it didn't work properly? I don't know. That's on you. But I do recommend that you do get an actual incubator. Don't DIY an incubator because there's many people who don't have the humidity right, don't have the temperature right, which will deform your chicken and can cause it to have loss of a beak, or its mouth not to form, or its legs not to form the right way. So, like, you definitely need to make sure that you are getting a incubator and not homemaking, like hand making an incubator. There has been people who have hatched out perfectly good chickens out of a homemade incubator, but do you want to really take that chance? There also can be deformation in an incubator that you buy from a store, and I totally understand that, but I just think that you should feel more safer buying an incubator from a store than making an incubator at home. So, incubators are expensive, but if you are wanting to get into that, you only have to buy one until that one breaks or runs out. So, technically, you can hatch like 20 eggs at a time. You know, you'll have this thing forever until it runs out. So, yeah, and like I said, you can find it places where you can get them secondhand. You don't always have to buy it brand spanking new. Or if you know someone who has an incubator who isn't using it at the moment, ask to borrow it. You don't always have to own one. You can borrow someone's incubator just as long as you give it back to them. So there's many different solutions that you can do to get an incubator without home making it. I just think that people who are just hand making their incubators and causing chickens to be deformed, or taking perfectly fertile eggs and putting it into something and not giving it a chance, are the ones that I just don't agree with. So, but this is my podcast, and that's what I believe in. If you believe something different, that's your opinion, and in here, all opinions are accepted. But I just personally think that if you are going to hatch eggs and you are going to get into that, why not just go ahead and buy yourself an actual incubator? Don't hand make one. So that was my first topic, was getting new eggs and hatching them. I got them, like I said, from Lazy Bones, and the breeds, I wanted to talk about that next. And then I'll tell you a little bit about some of the names that I have came up for my chicks. And then I want to ask you, like, what names did you like the best? What do you think I should name some of my chicks? Because whenever you get eggs, you can't know if it's a boy or a girl, obviously. But I know there's some people out there who may not know that. When you get eggs, there's no way of sexing an egg. So you're getting like a 50% chance of it being a boy or a girl, a hen or a rooster. So there are a chance that I might get all rooster. There's also a chance I'll get all hens. And there's also a chance that I'll get half and half. So the breeds that I'm getting from this Lazy Bone Nails girl off of Etsy is Silkies. Because, I obviously have a passion for Silkies. I love Silkies. I have another breed that she had was Showgirls. So she has all these chickens. I want to go ahead and say this. She has all these chicks that lay these eggs in the same chicken coop. So she's not really sure what breed that egg's going to be, but these are the breeds that they can be. And she obviously sits here and points out that if you don't like any of the breeds, you probably shouldn't order. If you're too afraid that you might get a Showgirl and you don't like a Showgirl, then don't order. So this is only for people who would actually like all these brands. Silky, Showgirls, there's also a Satin, and she also said possibly a Polish. And she also said, which is something I'm very excited about, a Frizzle. Now, a Frizzle is a Silky and I don't know the exact term for the chicken breed. But a Frizzle is like, has curly feathers that kind of curly, and they're more like poofy, but they're like actual feathers like a chicken. Like Barbara has like feathers instead of like this hair-like stuff like Dorothy and Dolly. But it's like feathers that are curled, and it's like really cute. You'll have to look up a Frizzle, adorable Frizzle chicken. So those are the breeds: Silky, Showgirls, a Satin, a Frizzle, and a Polish. Maybe a Polish. She said questionable because Polish eggs look a lot like Silky eggs, so she's not really sure. I'm okay with any of those breeds. I wanted a Showgirl, which is a naked neck, otherwise known as a naked neck. They have like hair. They have hairless on their neck. So if you guys happen to see whenever I hatch my chicks, and some of the chicks don't have hair on their neck, that's the breed. That is exactly what it is meant to look like. A hairless neck chicken, which is called a naked neck. I have spent so much time on this one topic, but I had a lot to talk about in just that one topic. And also, talking about getting new hatching eggs is a big thing that I really wanted to talk about on this podcast. Mostly the most important thing that I wanted to talk about. I had it starred on my paper. So the next thing is I wanted to discuss some chick names, because I also wanted to have some requests for some chickens names in the description or in the comment section down below. I have my comments on. They're not turned off, thank God. And also YouTube has not turned them off yet. So if you can comment some chicken names for a boy or a girl that you think would be good, because I might get a rooster. I'm going to tell you some of the girls' names and some of the boy names that I personally liked, and tell you some ones that are starred, meaning that I really like them. So let's go ahead and go. I have, for a girl, I have Betsy, because I love Betsy Johnson. If you're watching via YouTube and not just listening to the audio, here's a Betsy Johnson makeup brush that I actually used today that I kind of need to blend out more of my contour a little bit more. I always just use one brush every single day for everything. I don't know why. That's just how I am. I have zillions of brushes, but decide to only use one brush for everything. But Betsy, because of Betsy Johnson. I have Peaches. Peaches, I got that name off of Coghill Farm. Their miniature pig that they have, who's not really mini, but she is a miniature pig. I really enjoyed that name, so I thought it would be cute. I also thought that would be a great name for one if it is a buff, which is brownish, reddish color. Rose was another one that I thought would be good for a buff. Lily, Caroline. The next one is my star one, which is Lorelai. I really like the name Lorelai off of Gilmore Girl. Suki, Sophie. Reba is another one of my star ones. Reba, because I like Reba McEntire. Cora. Cora is my passed away great-grandmother, great-great-grandmother, and I thought it'd be really cool to have a chicken named after her. Ezzie May. Ezzie May is actually another one of my great-grandmothers, or someone who we're related to. I don't think she's my great-grandmother. I think she was like a great-great-aunt or something. Ezzie May was a star one, a star name that I really like. And you could tell me if you like those names. Daphne from Scooby-Doo. Clarabelle was a star one. I really love the name Clarabelle. It reminds me of like a pig that I've seen off of a farm movie before. Charlotte, because I live in North Carolina and I just like the name Charlotte. Georgia, Mabel, Pearl, Holly, Millie, Hazel, Beatrice, Honey, and Delilah. Those are my girl chicken names. If you have any suggestions, please leave them in the comments down below, and I will add them onto my sticky notes. So yeah, that's the girls. Let's go into the boy names. For the boy names, I kind of found this a little bit harder. Hang on, I felt like I was about to cough. Boy names I felt a little bit harder to name, but personally, in my opinion, naming a boy dog is a lot more easier than naming a girl dog, but for some reason naming girl chickens isn't as hard. I don't know. But here's just some of the boy names, and I definitely need some suggestions on these because I don't have quite as many as I do for the girls. I have Kenny for Kenny Rogers, Scott, Harry, like, because the Silky will be Harry, so it's like Harry. It's not really named off of Harry Potter. I like the movie. It just personally, I'm just like, I wouldn't name my chicken Harry after Harry Potter. I'm just naming it Harry because I think it's cute. Scooter. Jubilee. Jubilee was a name that I read off of a book when I was a child, but I can't remember for some reason what it was out of. I want to say Winn-Dixie might have had somebody in that book named Jubilee, maybe like a little boy or something, but I always liked the name personally, Jubilee. So that's one of my star ones for a chicken. I got Denny, and a lot of people probably be like, oh, she's a Grey's Anatomy fan, Denny Duquette. I mean, if you wanna, I guess. Nugget, that's another Coghill Farm reference name, because their emu, Nugget, is so cute, so I thought it'd be so cute to name one of my chickens Nugget. You have Dusty and Rusty, either one. I wouldn't want to name one Dusty and the other one Rusty. It would just get very confusing, and it just sounds kind of weird. So either one. Sunny and Jet. Jet was another one that I really liked. That's one of my star ones. Jet. Bear. And then I have Boof off of Bones. That's one of my star ones. Odie is definitely a star one. I really love that name. If I ever had another boy dog, which God forbid we don't need more boy dogs. We have 3 boy dogs and 2 girl dogs, so we definitely don't need no more boy dogs. If anything, another girl dog. Odie is another name that I really would have loved for a boy dog. Now, Odie could also be, you could also take that name and change it into a girl name by adding Odella. So that could also be a girl name. What do you guys think about that? Odella? Like, that's actually really cute. I might actually put that on my list. Odella. So, a very gender-neutral name. You could take Odie and change it into Odella. So, Odie for a boy. The next one is another one of my star names. I have a lot of star names for the boys. Duck. I love whenever someone will take the name Duck and give it to someone who isn't a duck. So, like, naming a dog Duck, I think that is like so adorable, and like that is like so cute, and like taking a chicken and naming it Duck is adorable. So Duck, I really like that name. It kind of sounds like Duke Duck. I saw this commercial one time, I think it was for like Geico or something, and the little boy got a little dog, and the parents named it Duke, but he couldn't say it, so he just said Duck. And so the name just stuck, and on his collar it said Duke, but the little boy just continued to call it Duck, and it went by the name Duck, but it was really cute. Another one is Fred. I really like the name Fred. Now, I had someone in my family named Fred. It sounds like I'm naming a child. I'm like, oh, well, I had someone in my family named Fred, so, like, that'd be really good to pass down. No, I'm naming a chicken. So, Fred, I also really like the name because it's just classic, and it's just like, oh, look at Fred. Look at him. He's just like a little strutting little rooster. Fred, I really like that. Yogi for Yogi Bear. I thought that was adorable. Yogi. And not only that, but silky chickens also kind of look like bears because they're so fluffy. So, Yogi. Garth for Garth Brooks. My parents would definitely like that. They love Garth Brooks. I do too, but I'm not as big as a fan as they are. I love his music, but they are a humongous Garth Brooks fan. I like Boo, like just B-O-O, or either Boo Boo. So, those are my boy and girl names. If you think they're lame, they probably are. But those are the ones that I really liked. So, please, please, please give me some suggestions. Or, if you have no suggestions, tell me which ones in the comments that you really think are good. And the one that has the most comments, if there is any comments and anybody's made it this far, thank you so much. Because, I mean, we're already at 20 minutes. But if someone has made it this far, please tell me which one did you like the best. And I will definitely start tallying it up. And whoever has the most votes on that name will definitely be one of my chicken's names for either gender. The next thing that I want to discuss after chicken names was talk about the run. Now, run is something very special that chickens need because they need sunlight, they need a way to get on the ground, and chickens love to run, okay? Obviously, in the wild, in nature, if you didn't have them as a pet, they'd definitely be on the ground, running around, getting worms and all this kind of stuff. And a lot of you probably, who are chicken experts, who know about chickens, who watch my channel, you're probably wondering, well, where's the run? Because I do have a run, like a thing that you unhook to make a run. So I obviously have something for a run, and I am planning on getting a run. Now, as I said before in one of my videos, that we're not really sure if this is like a permanent stay, if we are going to move, if we're not going to move, and that's still on the table. We're not really sure. But I didn't want to build anything permanent to the ground if we were going to move, because it would be a lot harder to move. I would have just sat here and built something very, very expensive and then just had to end up tearing it up just because, like, we're going to move here in another couple of months, you know, blah, blah, blah. So I don't really know about the run yet, but I have kind of decided that if you guys watch my video where I fed my animals and stuff and my dogs, Sassy's lot, you can also buy that for your chickens. So there's actually like a little chicken house that attaches to the other end that you could buy, or a dog house that can attach. And people actually use it for their chickens as a chicken run. And I thought that was really cool because I love Sassy's lot, the way how it locks, and it's a lot easier. That's also what we are planning on getting Boone and River in the future. And even if we do move, we were planning on getting Duke one. He's going to have two as well for just himself because he's such a big dog. But Boone and River will definitely have to have two of those lot sizes. And these things are pretty big. They don't look that big on camera, but they're actually very big. They're very spacious on the inside. So only one would be probably good enough for my chickens, but if I wanted to, I could expand it by getting another one. But those cages are very expensive. You're looking about $700 to $800 per cage. So I definitely have to wait a little bit longer. And also, personally for me, I think that my chickens are not ready to go out on a run. I know people start them off such a young age, and I understand, but mine are silkies. And silkies, as I watch Appalachian Homestead, she says that you can't let those silkies out into that run until they're about 4 to 5, 6 months old because they are so small and so docile and like so delicate. Because like Barbara, she is definitely ready for a run. Let's just say that. She or he or she, because she crows every single morning. I mean, he crows every single morning. It's going to get hard to call Barbara a he because I've been so used to calling her as she for so long. But Barbara, I think I might still keep the name, even though it might be a dude. But I was thinking about maybe naming like Kenny Rogers or Johnny Cash, Johnny. So I don't really know yet about Barbara. I might just call her Barb and refer to her as a girl, even though she's a rooster. But I don't know. It's kind of hard to switch up how I've been calling her calling him a her for so long and switching it up. See, I'm getting like so confused myself because it's like hard. But Barbara is definitely ready for a run. At day one, I felt like, because like Barbara, I got her when she was like 2 weeks old. The Silkies were 1 week at the time. And Dolly, I believe, had only been born a couple of days. That's why Dolly is so small. Dolly, and my 100% prediction, I do believe that Dolly is a hen. And my 50% chance on Dorothy if it's a hen or a rooster. But if Dorothy either is a rooster, I know there's probably a lot of speculations like, you can't have 2 roosters. And I understand what you're saying, but also, I haven't had any aggression out of Barbara yet. Aggression. Now that may change because, the testosterone will start to run in a chicken and it's gonna get aggressive by the times that it goes on. But as long as you're handling your rooster a lot, picking it up like I do every single day with Barbara, and you go in there every single day and you walk around and you show who's boss, you should not have such an aggressive chicken. Now, Americanas and Buffs, that's kind of what she's mixed with, or he or she is mixed with. They are known to be docile chickens. They're not really like, those roughhousing chickens I've seen leghorns be really, really mean that are roosters. So, as if some other breeds, this is a very docile chicken that I'm not really worried about so much. But, yes, as far as a run goes, I'm getting there and I'm discussing it. I'm hoping to have one by the time during the summer, but things may change. Plans may change from here to tomorrow. Things could change. So, I am planning on getting a run, and it's just a matter of time. And time and money, and deciding what we're going to do. Because if we were going to move, we're going to wait until not, this December coming up for many different reasons if we were going to move. Because obviously you have to save up money to move, and right now, and with, everybody gets taxes and stuff. With the houses that we're looking at, taxes, they may pay for the down payment and crap on it, but we still want to have even more money saved up. So, I don't really know what we're doing. Either we're going to stay here and, like, build a house or do whatever, or either we're going to move. So, there's just a lot of things up in the air. But the next thing that I want to talk about,
Yeah, I can't, man.
Yeah, sorry I took a quick second. I thought I was going to have to take another break. Oh, they're going to need me again. But yeah, as far as the run is, I'm up in the air. I don't really know. But I do have an idea of what I want. Hopefully by the summertime, I want to go ahead and kind of sum this up. Hopefully by the summertime, I will have a run either built or either bought. So yes, as far as a run, I am planning on getting one. I wanted to talk about the importance of clean water and clean food. You should definitely be making sure that your chickens definitely have clean water. The most important part of any animal is clean water. Because, you can get dehydrated so easily. Especially a chicken, and especially dogs and cats and every kind of animal. Very prone to getting dehydrated very, 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 very easily. So, at all times you should make sure that you have clean water and clean food. Now, in the next video after this podcast, I think I'm going to film a video showing you how I clean the dog bowls, showing you, I'm just going to take like all the dog bowls and clean them, all of the chicken water things, and just show you how to clean it, and show you how easy it is to keep it clean. Because some of you may not know the type of products to use. Some of you may not know how to easily clean a dog bowl and a chicken thing. And I definitely need to start cleaning my chicken. Especially, I clean their water thing, but their chicken little, what is it called, trough? I definitely need to clean that. Because I don't think I've cleaned it since I got it. But it don't really get dirty as far as like poop or anything. But, you should just always make sure that all your chicken stuff is clean. I definitely need to clean out my chicken coop as far as like the pine shavings go, but it's been so cold outside and so muggy and wet and muddy that I just haven't had the chance to do that yet. So I'm very, very looking forward to cleaning out the chicken coop here in like the next week. Maybe I'm going to actually go out there and take a wheelbarrow and like empty out all the shavings and stuff. But I'll have to definitely need some help to hold the chickens while I clean it out. But yeah, it's very important to have clean water and clean food. Cost the chickens. Now, owning chickens and buying a chicken isn't as expensive as the upkeep. So what I'm trying to say is you can get a chicken for about $5, which is very, very cheap. You can get a chicken for $2.50. on a website. But as far as the upkeep, buying the chicken coop, buying the run, like I said, that I was going to have to probably end up spending about $700 to $600 on, that's whenever it gets pricey. And I've always seen like those little scale things where it's like dollar signs, what would you rate this place? And out of $3 signs, owning chickens, I would say is 1.5 of your dollar signs. So it's very, it's expensive, but it's not as expensive as what some animals could be. What I mean by that is horses, in my opinion, I've heard that they are like $3 signs because they're so expensive for the upkeep and stuff. So a chicken is not that much. You're just needing to buy the feed, the water bowls, the pine shavings and stuff to empty it out. But some people don't even put pine shavings into their chicken coop. So like, there you go, that's minus that. Some people put like, recycled manure or something. I don't even know. And then there's some people who, as far as buying a chicken coop goes, they buy them a $50 chicken coop, and it can be better than some $400, $500 chicken coops and last longer. So as far as the cost of chickens, it's just the upkeep that costs money. It's not really the chicken. There are some chickens that are expensive. I know silkies, you're looking about $10 per a silkie, which is crazy, but they're very, very well known. There's a lot of people wanting them. They're popular. Essentials that I've liked so far as a chicken owner. So far as a chicken owner, some essentials that I loved is like having a scoop that's a lot easier to scoop, like I was talking about in one of my feeding videos. I was started off with this tiny little scoop, and now I have like this big trough looking scoop. I really like the green scoop that I have. I was actually at Tractor Supply yesterday, and I was going to buy another one, but I was like, I only need one at the moment. But as soon as I get more chickens, I'll probably have to get two to carry 2 things of food instead of one. That way I don't have to go back to the well house as much. But yes, that's one thing. I would definitely say invest in a good food scoop. Next, those heat lamps. I definitely love them with the heat bulbs and stuff. I definitely recommend it. Some people don't put heat in their chicken coop, but personally for me, because I do have such small breeds of chickens, except for Barbara, who's kind of a big chicken. She's not one of your biggest chickens, but you understand what I'm saying. She's bigger than my silkies. I definitely do think that whenever it does get 30 degrees outside like it does here at some points and during the winter time, that I do think it's necessary to at least have 2 heat lamps. Hey guys, sorry, it feels like I'm just like jumping back into it again, but I'm so sorry. I actually filmed that last clip after cutting this one in at like 12, and now it is 6:45 in the afternoon. I am so sorry. I got called and told that the eggs actually have 2 more days to come in. By the time this video is probably up, they probably already came in. I don't know how long it's going to take this to upload, or either it's going to have like a day left. I don't know, but I got kind of like off schedule because I got so busy. Somebody was calling my name, needing help on something. And so yes, my eggs are actually coming. At first I was a little bit afraid, nothing towards this girl, but if I was ordering from somebody else or anything, I would still be kind of afraid that I wouldn't get the eggs, just because like it's Etsy. I trust Etsy on some things, but also it's not verified sellers. But she actually took a picture of my shipping package and sent it to my mom and said that it should take 2 days to get there. But I got all your eggs packaged. I know it sounds kind of weird, but, excuse me. She actually told my mom her name. And so my mom looked her up on Facebook to make sure that it was like an actual person, and this person had those silkies on her Facebook, and she looks like a really nice family. So I will probably, if this does work out for me and I actually have good success rate, I will probably order from her again if she's still selling those eggs, because honestly it wasn't that big of a price, and to know where it's coming from is a lot more better than ordering off a hatchery. So for me personally. But I'm so sorry that this seems a little bit cut in, because it is cut in. It's like 6 hours later. I actually filmed a video for you guys today while I wasn't filming the podcast. I went outside and did a video of me washing like food bowls and stuff and talking about this podcast. And then I also filmed a video of what an egg looks like that's not fertilized over a light, over a candler. That way you guys can kind of see that it glows like a light bulb, and then I'll show you later on what happens whenever it's like got a baby in it and it's fertilized. So That vlog should be going up after this one. I want to post this podcast before that video, but if that doesn't happen, if this podcast just doesn't have something went wrong with it or I end up not liking the content in it, I'll just post that video and make another video about more details about the chicks. So yes, the last thing that I was going to talk about was, I told you about my essentials when I left. The last thing I wanted to talk about was the future of this channel. And I wanted to kind of, I'm glad I saved this for the very last ending, because now that I know about my chicks are actually coming, because I was very scared the whole day today until I got that they were actually coming. But the future of this channel is, like I said, I'm going to post whenever I want to post. I'm not on a schedule. Personally, I'm not going to sit here and say, hey guys, I only post on Wednesday, Thursday, and that's it throughout the week. I don't have my life together like that. My internet does not have its life together like that. My internet is very, very crappy, and it takes a long time to upload one video. But I'm doing it, and I'm getting through it and everything. So I just upload whenever I feel as if I want to upload. And that was something whenever I was getting into YouTube that I was like, I'm not going to put myself on a schedule and stressed out that I didn't get this video up at this time, or that I didn't get a video up today when I should have. That's just because I don't want to be on a schedule. I just want to post when I want to post, when I have content that I filmed, and do it that way. So for the future of this channel, it's mostly going to be, like I said, during the summertime, I'm going to start a garden. I'm going to show you guys how... Sorry, they're talking. I'm going to show you guys how I plant a garden and show you like a little bit of that. And then, of course, now that the chicks are coming in, there's going to be more coming up in the future of new baby chicks, introducing it to my old chickens whenever they get old enough, of course. I keep them in my house for at least 2 months, or probably 3. Considering that I do have adult chickens outside almost, or teenager chickens, then I'll probably keep these in my house a little bit longer. Plus, they are going to be silkies that can't fly out of the cage. Barbara was flying out of the cage, which is most of the reason why I took them out to the chicken coop. I was like, Barbara needs more space. She's very big. And so, yeah. And also, my brooder, if you have my Instagram, you've probably seen it. It's like a gallon-sized container that's really huge. And I'm going to start them off in that. Whenever I first started out with my dibbies, I didn't start out my chicks with that because I didn't have it at the time. But this time, I am going to start them out in that big gallon-sized container. Easier. I don't want to have to sit here and switch them. So, yes. So for the future of this channel, there's a lot going on. And I'm so excited. And I can't believe that, I am where I am, especially with having chickens again, and I just can't believe that I actually have a few supporters on here that actually watch my videos. Thank you to every single one of you that like my videos and take time out of your day to watch them, because I really do appreciate it. I do put some time into these videos, so it actually pays off when I see I have a little bit of views, and it actually pays off when I see a like or when people interact in the comments, and I very much appreciate it. Well, that's going to be it for this podcast. I hope you guys enjoyed. If anyone's sticking around, thank you so much. I appreciate you, and you just don't even understand. Look forward to more in the future, and look forward to, in a couple of days, 1 to 2 or 3 days, I will show an unboxing of my chick eggs. Now, the videos in the future coming with the eggs will maybe a little bit smaller videos, just because I won't have it a lot at one time. It takes 21 days. It's not going to happen in a week where I can just put together a whole clip in a week and post it. It's going to take a couple of weeks. So if there is a little tiny clips going up, that's why, and I'm so sorry, but I'll try to film and add on more clips of the things that I'm doing during the day besides just looking at the eggs. But, of course, I'm going to be very excited about these eggs coming up, that I am going to put that as my main focus. So, like I said, thank you guys so much for watching this podcast, and I'll see you guys next time on Abby's Scoop.